Hello everyone, my name is Greg, and today I prepared for you 5 questions from the latest communications exams seen in the last 30 days across all authorities. Topic for today, relevant to weather information. So, let's go to question number 1. The latest METAR report for Uniform Delta Yankee states, and we have the entire information that we'll go through just in a second. And the question is, the pilot of an aircraft approaching Uniform Delta Yankee asks ATC for the latest RVR. Based on the current METAR, what is the controller's response? And we have RVR runway 12, 2000 meters, 1000 meters upward tendency, RVR runway 12, 1000 meters upper limit, RVR runway 12 under 1000 meters, or RVR runway 12, 1000 meters unchanged. Alright, let's decode this METAR step by step to find the correct answer. So this is the METAR from Uniform Delta Yankee Aerodrome issued on 29th day of the month at 1200 Zulu. The wind is 140 degrees at 6 Gasic 11 miles per hour. So that's quite unusual, since usually you have knots, so nautical miles per hour, and not statute miles per hour. Then we have a visibility of 600 meters, and the next group is RVR. So RVR for runway 12 is 1000 meters, and the uniform implies an increasing tendency. So the RVR distance will increase. If we had delta, it would mean decreasing, and November would mean no change. Then we have present weather, which is fog, and it implies visibility below 1000 meters. Clouds scatter at 1000 feet, overcast 2000 feet, temperature 3 degrees Celsius, dew point -4 degrees Celsius, and the last one is QNH 1003. So, going to the answers, the correct one will be answer number 1, RVR runway 12, 1000 meters upward tendency. And this is a correct answer. Question number 2. In METAR and SPECI reports, the wind direction is reported in degrees true. The wind path by the tower to the aircraft for landing or takeoff purposes is reported in degrees. True, grid, magnetic, or compass. Well, this one is actually quite easy. Only thing that you have to remember is that whenever you have a report that is spoken, so for example, a wind report passed by ATC before departure or landing, or ATIS information, then the wind direction given is magnetic. Whenever you have to read it, then it will be true. So METARs, SPECIs, or TAFs. So here the correct answer is answer number 3. The wind passed by the tower to aircraft for landing or takeoff purposes is reported in degrees magnetic. And this is the correct answer as well. Question number 3. When the term scatter is used in an aviation routine weather report, METAR, what is the amount of cloud covering the sky? Half or less than half of the sky is covered, 3 or 4 octas. More than half but less than the full sky is covered, so 5 to 7 octas. The sky is entirely covered, 8 octas, or the sky is clear below 5,000 feet to the ground. So for reporting the sky coverage, we use 4 terms. Few, which is 1 up to 2 octas of the sky covered, scattered, 3 to 4 octas, broken 5 to 7 octas, and overcast, which is 8 out of 8, so sky is fully covered. And remember that whenever it is few or scattered, we talk about cloud-based. Whenever it's broken or overcast, then it's cloud-cyclic. We have also a few special codes regarding clouds that might be used in METAR. For example, November Sierra Charlie, so no significant clouds, which means no clouds below 5,000 feet or MSA, and no towering cumuluses or cumulonimbuses in the vicinity. We have also Sierra Kilo Charlie, which is sky clear, so no clouds at all. And, for example, Kivo K, which is no clouds below 5,000 feet or MSA, no towering cumuluses or cumulonimbuses in the vicinity. Visibility has to be 10 kilometers or more, and no significant weather, so no, let's say, thunderstorms or wind shear reports. So here, correct answer is half or less than half of the sky is covered 3 or 4 octas, and this is scattered. And this is correct. Question number 4. Given the following METARs, select the correct statement. And we have part of the METAR, and we have options to select. Visibility 2,200 meters, QNH 1020, blowing snow. Then the second option is wind in direction 210 at 10 knots, visibility 2,200 meters, QNH 1020, visibility 2,200 meters, QNH 1020, patches light snow. And the last option is cloud 5 to 7 octa CBs at 1,500 feet, QNH 1020. So, METAR is a standardized meteorological aerodrome report published every half an hour or every hour. Here in this example, we can find out that wind is from 210 degrees at 10 knots. Visibility is 2,200 meters. We have 2 layers of clouds. First, scatter cumulonimbuses at 1,500 feet, so 3 to 4 octas, and the broken at 2,500 feet, so 5 up to 7 octas. Then we have QNH 1020 and weather phenomenon blowing snow. So checking the possible options, we can see that answer number 1 will be correct. Visibility 2,200 meters, QNH 1020 blowing snow. Answer number 2 is incorrect because we have wind in direction 210 at 10 knots in this answer. And remember that wind is always reported from some direction. Also, just as a side note, I'd like to add that METAR is a standardized and very structured report. Unfortunately, an example here in this question is not the best one. There are 2 first groups missing. The first with ICAO identification of the aerodrome, and the second with a day of the month and time in UTC of the issue. And also, the weather phenomena should be placed after visibility and before clouds. So just to make it clear that this particular layout is not 100% correct in this question. But like I said, answer number 1 is correct. Question number 5. You are in flight approaching Otopeni, the destination aerodrome, and have received the following ATIS broadcast. Which is the runway in use for arrivals, and on which frequency will you contact approach? Okay, we have to go through this message and we'll pick the necessary information. The ATIS report will start with a letter assigned to this particular information, and we use it to make sure that we have to latest flight information. So just for you to know. All right, so Otopeni information Oscar, time 1250, expect an ILS approach, arrivals runway 08 right, departures runway 08 left. Okay, so this is the first information that we need. So already we can exclude answers number 2 and 3 since they contain runway 08 left, so departure runway in use. Now we can move further. Transition altitude 4,000 feet, work in progress on apron 2, surface wind 250, 14 knots, visibility 10 km or more, scattered 2,400 feet, broken 4,600 feet, cumulonimbus detected, temperature +19er, dew point +4, QNH 1007, no significant change. Acknowledge receipt of information Oscar with approach on 119.415. So this is all we need. We'll contact approach on 900 415. So the correct answers will be answer number 1. Runway 048 right for arrival and frequency 119 415. And answer number 1 is correct. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and see you next time.